So on this one, 690, dragonflies and fairies. Phoebe was helping her mom buy gifts for her little sister's birthday party. There were 11 friends attending the party. Dragonfly wings were for the boys and cost $1, while fairy wings for the girls cost $2. Phoebe's mom spent $18 on the gifts. How many dragonfly wings and fairy wings did Phoebe's mom purchase? Define your variables, set up two equations, solve the system using elimination. So for this, just so that we all keep it standard here, how about we have our, make this bold. How about for defining our variables? I'm going to have D equal number of dragon fly wings, because we want to figure out how many dragonfly wings and how many fairy wings. And I'm going to have F equal number of fairy wings. And what I want you guys to do right now is write two equations and solve that system. Okay. Then you can move on and continue working on this. I will stop us and talk about this and make sure we all have the right equations and we solved it. But then move on and try these problems. Okay. So on this, since I know there's 11 friends, I am going to have D plus F, dragonfly wings plus fairy wings, is going to be 11. That's how many there are total. I also know that it's going to cost $18. Now, each of my dragonfly wings costs $1. So I can write 1D or just D. Sometimes we write the 1 in front and then it confuses us. I'm just going to write D. $1 times D plus $2 for my fairy wings. So 2F is equal to 18. Now, I am going to try to solve this using elimination. I am going to try to eliminate my D's. I can eliminate my F's and multiply the top one by 2, by a -2. I could do that and get a -2F and add them. But my D's, all I need is a different sign. So I'm going to multiply the top one by a -1. And then I'm just going to write it down here. So that's going to be a -D minus F equals a -11. I just multiplied everything in the top equation, by a negative, make sure you can see that there's an 11, by a -1. Now that I've done that, I can add these two equations together. Chase, you okay? I can add these two equations together. And when I combine this, it's going to cancel out. I'm going to get F is equal to 7. That's your answer. For the number of fairy wings, I still need to figure out the dragonfly wings. Probably the easiest one to do is D plus F equals 11. And so basically, if I know that my fairy wings is 7, what can I add to 7 to get 11? Well, 4. Now, when this is a word problem, they are going to ask us to write our answer in a sentence. So if I was going to write this in a sentence, they want it in a complete sentence. So there were 7 fairy wings and 11 dragonfly wings. Right, one more time. And there's our answer. Okay. So in the next problem, they're asking us, since Rachel's trying to solve the system, combine these equations, what happened? Now, they're asking us to combine them so that we understand that when we solve systems, we don't just automatically add them up and go on our merry way. Because if I add this up, I get a 5x minus y equals 11. If I was to add 2x with 3x, I get 5x. Y and a negative 2y, I get a negative 11. 10 and 1, I get 11. Nothing canceled out. So since nothing cancels out, that's not helpful to us. I don't want a third equation with x and y. My goal is to get one equation with just x or one equation with just y. That's our goal. So they're kind of introducing us to what I kind of was showing us last week, where they're showing us that they're asking us 2x plus y equal 10. Is that the same as 4x plus 2y equal 20? Well, what you'll notice is if I was to take 2 times 2x plus y equal 10 and double it, I would get 4x plus 2y equal 20. So yes, they are the same equation with the same solutions. Okay, they're going to have the same solutions. They are exactly the same equation. I can multiply an equation by something, or if I wanted to, I could have really divided by 2, divided by 2, divided by 2. And if I did that, I would have gone backwards and gotten the other equation. So I'm also allowed to go and do that. Sometimes I will divide to make it smaller if everything's divisible by that number. Now it says, can 4x plus 2y equal 20 be used instead of 2x plus y equal 10 to help us solve the system? So if we are looking at our original system, which was 2x plus y equal 10 and 3x minus 2y equal 1, what they are just trying to get us to understand is if when you add them, nothing cancels out, you can multiply one equation by something because that equation is still equivalent. It's still equal. It's not different. So I'm going to multiply this by a 2. And I get the 4x plus 2y equal 20, which is this equation here that they were asking us about. I'm going to take the other equation and I'm going to rewrite it. 3x minus 2y equal 1. And now we'll notice that my y's are both the same coefficient, the 2, but one of them's positive, one of them's negative. They will cancel out. So I'm going to add these together. I get 7x, so y's cancel out, equal 21. And I am going to divide by 7, and I get x equal 3. Now, to find our y, because remember, you also have to find our y, you need to decide, is it easier to plug it into equation 1 or equation 2? Myself personally, equation 1 is positive. I might just do that one. So I'm going to take it into the first equation, the 2x plus y equal 10. I always do it to it before I times it by 2. That way my numbers are smaller. And so I go 2 times 3 plus y equals 10. 6 plus y equals 10. I get y is equal to 4. And remember, we always write these as points. Our x first, then our y, always. So my answer is going to be 3, 4. So always your X first, then your Y. And that is the point of intersection. If I graph these 2 points, they will cross at this point, 3, 4. It is the only point that will make both of them true at the same time. So I put in the 2x plus y equal 10 and the 3x minus 2y equal 1. We got 3, 4. So you'll see 3, 4 is the point where those crossed each other. Okay, that's the point of intersection. That's what we're finding when we solve the system. Okay, so now there are 21 animals on Farmer Cole's farm, all sheep and chickens. If the animals have a total of 56 legs, how many of each type of animal lives on his farm? Define your variables, write 2 equations for your situation, solve the system. So for this, I am going to have my 2 variables. I'm trying to figure out how many of each type of animal. We have sheep and chickens. I'm going to have S equal number of sheep. I'm going to have C equal number of chickens. That is going to be my variables being defined. Now, if I am going to write an equation, I need one equation saying that there are 21 animals. So S plus C equals 21 because S is the number of sheep, C is the number of chicken. There's 21 animals total. Now we have another situation where it says the total number of legs is 56. So for the legs, 4 legs for each sheep plus 2 legs for each chicken equals 56. And then we're going to solve this system. So you guys solve this system. Solve that system. Some of us are just trying to multiply by a negative. Some of us were multiplying by a -4, which is okay to get rid of your S's. You could also multiply by a -2 to get rid of your C's. I tend to multiply by the smaller amount, but it doesn't matter. So if I was to multiply this one by a -2, S plus C equals 21, I would end up getting a -2S minus 2C is equal to a -42. I'm going to take my second equation and I'm keeping it. 4S plus 2C equals 56. When I add those 2 equations together, I'm going to get 2S. My C's are going to cancel out, is equal to 14. So when I divide by 2, I get 7 sheep. Now there are 21 animals total. So if I talk about equation 1, which is S plus C equals 21, I'm going to put 7 into this equation and my C is going to be 14. 7 sheep, 14 chicken. Make sure you guys submit this to me with this answer there. With that answer there.